Uh-huh. Yeah. And then she said, the bobbin ran out. No, I won't hem your pants. Is this thing on? Hey, it's Kim from Brimfield Awakening. I'm so glad you found us. I'm super excited because today I'm going to show you how to use the acrylic templates for the Brimfield Block Quilt. Here's an example of what one looks like. It's called Fat House. And this template might look a little intimidating because it has drilled holes in it. It has dashed lines. You might be like, how the heck do you use that? Have no fear, it's super simple. What's really neat about these templates is it's kind of like getting two templates in one, which is not only a cost saver, but allows you to have lots of versatility to your Brimfield Block quilt. So in this next step, I'm going to show you exactly what to do. It's not scary, I promise, and we're going to have a good time. I'll see you in a bit. Today, we're going to go over the Brimfield Block Acrylic Templates, which look kind of interesting because if you haven't seen one yet, we have made our acrylic templates through paper pieces affordable. We wanted to give the person making our block the flexibility to have additional pieces without having to pay for them, essentially. So if you look carefully at the template, you'll see the solid line here that represents the outline of the paper template. In this example, this is the Fat House, and the paper template for the Fat House looks like this. You see this here? That is the perforation right there. So this easily rips apart and gives you the ability to have, instead of one big piece, two smaller pieces if you want to go to town fussy cutting. So in this video today, I'm going to show you how we use the acrylic templates with their drill holes to get your pieces drawn onto the back of your fabric. All right, in this example, we're going to actually be working with the small house. And if you don't know what the small house looks like on the paper, it looks like this. Small house acrylic, small house paper pieces. Okay, so when you are getting ready to prepare your fabric to cut out the pieces in the shapes you want, let's pretend this piece of paper is the fabric. You will take your acrylic template and put it on top of the right side of your fabric. And this is where you would take the time to, the solid line represents the border of your template. You would take the time to place this however you want to fussy cut it. So here in this example, if you wanted to fussy cut this cute little guy, this is an old pillowcase I picked up at Brimfield. He fits in there perfectly. So I would trace all around this on my fabric if I were going to make one giant piece and not separate these two. But in this example, we want to separate the base from the triangle. So pretending the paper is your fabric, like I said, we'll put this down. And let's say we want to do the base first. So this solid line represents the upper edge of the base piece of the paper. Between here and this top dash line, that is your seam allowance. So what you want to do is trace from the edge of that dash line on the top down and around and up to the other side of that top dash line. And we've made this easy for you by drilling holes in the acrylics so that you can easily just eyeball sketch to the other side. And this is basically what you would cut out from your fabric, and it would be the base for your small house piece. This section down here would fit on that, and that seam allowance wraps around and gets glued onto the paper. Likewise, if you want to do the triangle tip, it's the same thing, except you just follow the other dashed line. So let's go over that. This solid line here shows you the outline of what your paper template will be for the triangle tip of the house. So you want to make sure you include the seam allowance, which is this dash line to here. So start from the bottom dash line and go up and around the other side and down. Mark your two drill holes and just draw it across like that. Now you're ready to cut out your piece. And in this example, we're using paper for fabric, but you get the idea. Please pay no attention to my lack of a manicure and my very grimy, up to no good mom hands. All right, so we would have separated this This paper would fit right on top of your fabric, and then there's your seam allowance that gets wrapped and folded over and glued onto your paper. So that's how the Brimfield Block Acrylic Templates work for the triangle house pieces. The only 3 pieces of our acrylics that have these drilled holes and additional pieces are the house pieces. The orange peel piece obviously doesn't get separated, and the large center add-on piece does not get separated. If you liked this video and found it useful to you, I hope you'll like it below, share it with your friends, and stay tuned for more updates here at our Brimfield Awakening YouTube channel. We'll keep you updated on tips, tricks, and how our patterns work. Thanks for watching.